Chinelo turned to him, sobbing. Your father. I dated him back in the village. He gave me money to start a new life. Michael looked stunned. I had no idea. Chinelo, a bright and ambitious young woman, had just completed her university education. However, like many graduates, she found herself without a job and out of money. With no other option, she returned to her small village of Aguilari, where her parents lived in a modest home. The villagers welcomed her back, though they were curious about her future plans. Chinelo, what will you do now? Asked Mom Ngozi, the village gossip, as they stood outside the local market. I don't know yet, Mom Ngozi. I'm just trying to figure things out, Chinelo replied, forcing a smile. Despite her uncertainty, Chinelo remained hopeful. She helped her parents on their farm and occasionally tutored the village children to make some money. Her dreams of a better life in the city seemed distant, but she refused to give up. One day, news spread through the village that a wealthy man known as Chief was coming to complete a construction project. Chief was a man of about 58 years old, known for his immense wealth and influence. Chinelo saw an opportunity and made up her mind to seize it. As Chinelo walked back from the market one hot afternoon, she saw a sleek, black car parked by the roadside. The window rolled down, and an elderly man with a kind face peered out. Excuse me, young lady. Do you need a ride? Chief asked, his voice warm and inviting. Chinelo's heart raced. This was her chance. Yes, thank you, she replied, getting into the car. As they drove, Chief introduced himself and asked about her life. Chinelo told him about her struggles after university and her dreams of a better life. You seem like a smart and ambitious young woman, Chief said, smiling. Perhaps I can help you. Chinelo's eyes lit up with hope. Thank you, sir. I would be very grateful. Over the next few weeks, Chinelo and Chief saw each other often. He was generous and kind, showering her with gifts and attention. The villagers were shocked by their relationship, but Chinelo didn't care. She saw Chief as her ticket out of the village. One evening, as they sat in Chief's luxurious home, he held her hand and looked into her eyes. Chinelo, I've enjoyed our time together, but my project here is almost complete. I will be leaving soon. Chinelo's heart sank. What will happen to us? Chief sighed. I have a daughter your age who would not approve of our relationship. I can take you with me, but I want to help you start a new life. He handed her a check for 2 million naira. Chinelo was speechless. She thanked Chief and took the money, determined to use it wisely. Months later, Chinelo moved to the city with the money Chief had given her and some savings. She stayed with her friend Ada, who welcomed her with open arms. Chinelo, you're finally here. We're going to make your dreams come true, Ada said, hugging her tightly. With Ada's support, Chinelo began searching for a job. The city was vast and competitive, but she was determined. She used part of her money to buy professional clothes and improve her resume. One evening, Ada suggested they go out for drinks to relax. You've been working so hard, Chinelo. Let's have some fun tonight. At the bar, Chinelo felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She knew she needed to network to find job opportunities. As they sat chatting, a handsome man approached their table. Good evening, ladies. Mind if I join you? He asked, smiling. Not at all, Ada replied, eyeing him curiously. My name is Michael. I'm the CEO of a tech company here in the city, he introduced himself. Chinelo's heart skipped a beat. This was her chance. Nice to meet you, Michael. I'm Chinelo, and I'm looking for a job. Do you have any openings at your company? Michael looked intrigued. Actually, we do. Why don't you come by for an interview next week? Chinelo thanked him profusely, feeling a surge of hope. Over the next few days, she prepared tirelessly for the interview. Chinelo's interview at Michael's company went exceptionally well. Her intelligence and ambition impressed him, and she was hired on the spot. Welcome to the team, Chinelo, Michael said, shaking her hand. I have a feeling you're going to do great things here. Chinelo worked hard, quickly proving her worth. Michael admired her dedication, and they began to spend more time together. They went from colleagues to close friends, and eventually, their relationship turned romantic. One evening, as they dined at an upscale restaurant, Michael took her hand. Chinelo, I've never met anyone like you. You're smart, driven, and beautiful. I think I'm falling in love with you. Chinelo blushed. I feel the same way, Michael. Their relationship blossomed, and a year later, Michael asked her to meet his father. It's time you met my family. My father is very important to me, and I want his approval. Chinelo was nervous but excited. She had heard a lot about Michael's influential father but never imagined who it would be. The day arrived for Chinelo to meet Michael's father. They drove to a sprawling mansion, and as they sat in the lavish living room, Chinelo's heart pounded with anticipation. Don't be nervous, Michael said, squeezing her hand. My father will love you. Just then, the door opened, and an elderly man walked in. Chinelo froze in shock. It was Chief, the man who had helped her escape the village. Chief's face paled as he recognized Chinelo. What are you doing here? He asked, his voice trembling. Chinelo couldn't speak. She jumped up and ran out of the house, tears streaming down her face. Michael chased after her. Chinelo, wait. What's going on? Outside, Chinelo turned to him, sobbing. Your father. I dated him back in the village. He gave me money to start a new life. Michael looked stunned. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know he was your father, Chinelo cried. I never imagined this. Michael pulled her into a comforting embrace. It's okay, Chinelo. We'll figure this out together. They returned to the house to face Chief. The atmosphere was tense and filled with unspoken emotions. As they re-entered the house, Chief stood by the window, his back to them. Michael, how could you bring this woman here? He demanded, his voice low and filled with anger. Father, I didn't know, Michael said, trying to remain calm. Chinelo and I love each other. We need to work this out. Chief turned to face them, his expression stern. Work this out? She used to date me before I left the village. Nothing can work between you two. Chinelo stepped forward, her voice steady despite her trembling hands. Chief, please, my feelings for Michael are real. Chief's eyes narrowed. You expect me to believe that? This relationship is over. Michael, if you continue with her, I will disown you. Michael's face hardened. Father, you can't dictate my life. I love Chinelo, and I won't give her up. Chief's expression darkened. You would choose her over your own family? Yes, because I know her heart, Michael replied firmly. She is not the same person she was back then. We all have pasts, but we can't let them define us. The room fell silent as the tension hung heavy in the air. Chief's face softened slightly, but his resolve remained. "You are making a grave mistake, Michael." "That may be, but it's my mistake to make," Michael said, his voice unwavering. Chinelo's heart ached as she watched the rift between father and son widen. "Michael, maybe we should take some time to think this through," she suggested gently. "No, Chinelo. We've come this far, and I won't let my father control our future," Michael insisted. Chief's eyes filled with sadness. "Very well. If you leave this house with her, you are no longer my son." Michael took Chinelo's hand. "Then that's a price I'm willing to pay." As they walked out of the house, Chinelo felt a mixture of relief and sorrow. They drove in silence, the weight of the confrontation settling in. Back at Michael's apartment, they sat down to talk. "Michael, I'm so sorry for causing this rift between you and your father," Chinelo said, tears in her eyes. Michael shook his head. "It's not your fault, Chinelo. My father and I have different values. He needs to understand that love can't be controlled." Over the next few weeks, Michael and Chinelo navigated their new reality. The strain of Chief's disapproval weighed heavily on them, but their love grew stronger. One evening, Michael received a call from his father. "Michael, I want to talk," Chief said, his voice hesitant. Michael agreed to meet him. At the meeting, Chief looked older and more tired. "Michael, I've had time to think. I still don't approve of your relationship, but I don't want to lose you." Michael's eyes softened. "Father, I love you, but I need you to respect my choices." Chief nodded slowly. "I will try. Just promise me that you'll be careful." Michael agreed, and they embraced, their relationship mending slowly. Chinelo and Michael continued to build their life together, facing challenges with resilience and love. Their journey was far from easy, but they knew they could overcome anything as long as they had each other. In time, Chief grew to see the depth of Chinelo's character and the sincerity of her love for Michael. He accepted their relationship, realizing that his son's happiness was more important than his own pride. The story of Chinelo and Michael became a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the strength to overcome past mistakes. They proved that with determination and support, even the most complicated relationships could find a way to thrive. And so, Chinelo and Michael lived their lives filled with love, understanding, and the knowledge that their bond could withstand any challenge. Their story reminded everyone that true love could conquer even the deepest divisions, bringing people together in ways they never thought possible.